All right, folks. Welcome to Death by a Million Cuts. I'm Chris. Circle on up, form the mosh pit. We are checking out more AmaLee featuring NANO. This is a cover of a song from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which actually I thought was a really, really good show. As much as there was a few writing things here and there that I was like, oh my gosh, I hate that. The show's actually really, really good. And especially in the isekai genre where there's so much stuff that is just kind of like, yeah, and not very original or interesting. I thought this show was really, really great. I don't remember much of the music though. So hearing this English version of this part of the song is going to be very, very cool. If you haven't heard AmaLee's music, links to her stuff is going to be in the description. I think truly, if you like VTubers and the kind of music they make, her album, I think it was called Monarch. I think conceptually, in terms of how it relates to her lore, as well as giving, cohesion as an album and, with her ability as an artist, is the best VTuber album out there. Period. But let's see how this song goes. Ooh, maybe this was an outro because I don't remember this song.
Fate repeats all over again. The voices of my heart say, time is not enough, it's over. Believe that makes me who I am. Light doesn't fade away. Made my mind up, now it's better.
Huh.
Yeah, I know it's not an easy road. Goodbye, your hands. Even if it rains, don't be swayed. Being the same as always. Want to feel
I like Nano's voice. Deeper.
Open my eyes to be braver. Get up
Ooh, nice harmony.
now, stronger. I believe in myself. Stand up and now, shouting. I'll never run away. I might lose control.
Ooh, nice held out note.
Perfect world. Destroy all of it. In the end, it's for our good. Let me shout like flames.
Interesting. I like that. I really, really like this. I don't think this was an opening song. I would have remembered if it had that rock going on. Maybe it was. I don't know. I could be wrong. Typically I am. I feel like I've heard Nano before. I'm sure you guys can just be free to roast me. Be like, dude, literally the last video you made had Nano in it. I don't know. I'm stupid, okay? Yeah, I like this idea, and I see that even though it's not a one-to-one rhymable version, the English text is not written exactly to rhyme because it was translated from Japanese, which had rhymed, you know what I mean? It's still really, really good, and I feel like it's doing a great job encapsulating the emotions of how the show went. Because, yeah, basically this guy gets reincarnated as a slime, as the name suggests, but then is able to just kind of amalgamate to all these other different powers because slimes had never really done that in their, in their lives at the time. But because it was a human in that, they were able to think through like, oh, well, if I do this and then I can amalgamate to this, and then it became super powerful. So I think that's really cool. And especially if you know some of the other characters' plights in the story, especially the pigs that were cursed to insatiable hunger, the idea of tearing everything down and being able to reform it, really, really beautiful idea, especially with that episode in question, if you know what I'm talking about. So if you don't, you should watch the show. Really good stuff. So I don't understand what the mosaic relates to, but
The same taste over again. The voices of my heart say, indiscretion is it bitter. Hey, you follow me. I really need you, so please take my hand. You know the way I stand. Oh, put your faith in me. My
Ooh, nice higher note there.
I accept myself. Wake up now, shouting. I won't throw it away. Maybe lose control.
Ooh, nice vibrato.
But I'll keep going over and beyond the gate. Let me shout like flames.
I'll just say again, I don't know if the gate is in reference to anything in the show. I don't recall there being a gate in question. But the idea of shouting beyond the gate, I always thought, I initially thought that could be just as comparable as like the gates of hell, shouting beyond that, shouting beyond a structure that is meant to bar us from something. But yeah. And then also Flames wasn't really anything related to the powers of Rimu, who was the main character. So yeah, I just, flames, metaphorical of the burning that you have inside. I believe that's what it's more talking about. But please let me know in the comments. I'd love to have some discussion on this. So.
When I knew I won't go back to the day of repeating pain. I realized it's already started to revolve around, trying to play tricks on me, smiling destiny, hoping my eyes to be braver. Get up now.
I love that harmony. I can't even replicate it, as I'm hearing it, but da 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 braver. Like, that is so good how they came in, because it sounded like one of them went from the harmonic braver, and then someone was like, sounded like they were in a dissonant chord. So that was cool. I like that stuff. Very, very cool.
Get up now, stronger. I believe myself. Stand up now, shouting. I'll never run away. I might lose control. It's a perfect world. Shine the light on it. In the end, it's for our good. Let me shout like flames. Let me shout like flames.
I like the visual too, the overlay.
Let me shout like flames.
Nice. I just wanted to go back and comment. I like these types of overlays that they have. I'm sure it's easy to do, but it always looks really cool, and it kind of stands out to me. But you have these flames going over the visuals, but then we have the words going across, and it looks like the words are flipped with its gradient. So it's not opposite of what we see on screen, but it's opposite of what it's overlaying, if that makes sense. So we can still see it as we're watching it. I think that's really, really cool. But anyway, really great job with everybody on here. Seruji did the composition mixing. Johnny R did that. Very, very good job. It sounded good on all accounts. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen that time I got reincarnated as a slime? Let me know what your thoughts were in the comments. That'll also let me know how many of you reached the end of the video. And that's all I got to say about that. Link to this is going to be in the description. Check out the rest of AmaLee's stuff. And if NANO has other stuff out there, I'll put links to that as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.